The grid forms for the Super 1600 final here at Lydden Hill for round 2 of the Five Nations Rallycross Trophy. It is Yuri Beletsky on pole position, 43. Alongside is Kobe Pauwels, son of Koen Pauwels, regular Belgian and indeed European and Lydden regular over the years. Championship leader Robert Svitolz lines up on the outside of row 1, and Darren Scott, his championship rival, is alone on the second row. Now, across the heats, we've had these cars running with the Super Nationals, a busy grid, good racing, but for championship points for the finals, they're split apart. So it's only the 4, but those 2 Volland Racing Audi A1s have been very quick so far today. 6 laps for the final is go. Good start by Beletsky, good start by Svitolz in the rather aging Peugeot on the outside line as they plunge down towards Chester's Stand for the first time. Svitolz goes for the Joker lap, and Yuri Beletsky it is that leads the pack. Kobe Pauwels new to Lydden, and he's done precious little rallycrossing, but he has got his sights on a European Super 1600 campaign for next year, so the tuition starts right now. Darren Scott there in third, but the Audis are together as there for the inside line goes. Pauwels has a look up the inside, can't do it, gets a face full of Beletsky who fends him off. Climb the hill. Kobe Pauwels, his father Koen watching on as his spotter, and will be guiding his son, 16 years of age, around the lap. But right now Darren Scott, the best of the Brits, trying to stay with them as they drop down the hill. Robert Svitolz there, having got the Joker out of the way, hoping now that if they squabble and delay each other up front, that will play back into his hands as the leaders come once more then through Paddock, out of the chicane. Yuri Beletsky clambers up onto the curb in second place, then Kobe Pauwels going with him, and he's got the pace to stay there seemingly. Darren Scott is third, and then Robert Svitolz in fourth. Is he going to close to the eye? The answer is yes, he is inching up onto the back of the pack. Darren Scott goes through then there with the Citroën C2, and Robert Svitolz with the Peugeot 206 then behind him, but for the overall race lead, not necessarily for championship points, but a great lead battle it is. Kobe Pauwels right there on the back of Yuri Beletsky, closing right up then as they turn their way through the North Bend hairpin. Touch of understeer maybe from Beletsky. Does that give Pauwels a chance to challenge on the run downhill? Absolutely nose to tail. The 2 Volland Racing run cars as one bounce their way out of the chicane, and this time it's Pauwels who goes for the Joker lap. The car entered by his father, Koen Pauwels, rather than Volland Racing, but it's operated by the Volland team, and so now Pauwels will stay ahead of Svitolz as he comes back onto the loose, but that's Yuri Beletsky, who now seems to have a much bigger gap. Well, he does, but only temporarily, because he has got to Joker. Svitolz then, Joker first. He's got himself ahead of Darren Scott on the Joker lap, so we have had a reversal there, but significantly Kobe Pauwels is ahead as we work now lap number 3, heading through the hairpin. That's the race leader. Yuri Beletsky plunges downhill once more. The Volland Racing Audi comes into the right-hand paddock. Beletsky hard at work, trips the curb, throws the car down the road into Chessons. Kobe Pauwels is currently 3.2 seconds behind as the cars now accelerate their way up to the tarmac again. Darren Scott at the back of the pack going after Robert Svitolz, thinking of course of British Championship points here. So there, Yuri Beletsky leads the way. Now 3.2 seconds is the margin. Has he got 3 seconds to do the Joker lap as well? What's the gap relative to the time you lose by serving the Joker? We will find out very shortly. Equally, what can Pauwels do about bringing down that gap, because he needs to be as close as he can to buy back an advantage when the race leader there, Yuri Beletsky, serves the Joker. Darren Scott into paddock, but he's not really going at the pace needed to close on Svitolz. Everybody now, barring the leader, has jokered, and that means that Yuri Beletsky is going to have to do it at the start of the last lap. He'll get the board next time. There is Kobe Pauwels. The gap has come down, but only by half a tenth or so. So he is closing a little, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough to put him ahead after Beletsky has served that Joker. We'll find out, because as the cars now make the run out of the hairpin for the penultimate time, there is the race leader. Yuri Beletsky drops downhill once again. Turns his way across the loose section with Kobe Pauwels in the background. There's the last lap board, which is now shown to the race leader Yuri Beletsky. He goes for the Joker. Now this is where Kobe Pauwels has got to be so so quick, so precise. It's going to be close between the two of them, and he's got the inside line, and he's got the race lead as well. So Kobe Powell's has done it. Through he goes there. The Belgian driver comes out up front. So Beleski stayed out till the bitter end, but it has unravelled away from him. And Kobe Powell's his first go at Lyden, his first time in European Super 1600 spec cars. He's going to come out with a fairy tale result, barring a mistake, because he leads the way, and you can see the gap that he's pulled as well. So Powell's it is up front, and whether it's dad or lad, but Powell's dynasty at Lyden has always been good and successful, and we are in for another chapter of it. Down towards Paddock there, Kobe Powell's turns into the right, into the chicane, now checkered flag at the ready, and it is a win for Kobe Powell's then. Across the line he comes, ahead of Yuri Belewski, the gap 11/10 of a second. Robert Svitolz takes third ahead of Darren Scott to therefore extend his advantage within the British Championship. But a really, really good drive that by Kobe Powell's to come through to score the race win by just over a second. Kobe Powell's victorious from, in second place, Yuri Belewski. Third goes the way of Robert Svitolz, and Darren Scott comes home fourth. So Kobe Powell's out of karting, now into rallycross. Fairy tale debut. It's a race win in the final for the Super 1600s here in round 2 of the Five Nations Rallycross Trophy at Lyden Hill.